What's going on? Cooper the Reseller coming at you from the beautiful Omaha, Nebraska. And today I want to talk about the fast nickel versus the slow dime method when selling online. What do you prefer? What's best for you? I'm going to, debate back and forth. Certain aspects I like about the fast nickel and some I like about the slow dime. So let's get right into it. Personally, when I first started selling online, I was more of a slow dime type of guy. I just liked the idea I like the idea of getting as much net as possible on items that I sold. I liked squeezing out as much profit as I could on each item because that just made me happy and whatnot. But after some time, I'm kind of falling more in love or in like with the fast nickel way to do things. And I'm just going to go ahead and talk about it. Let's jump right into the fast nickel business model. And tip number one, or the number one reason why I think the fast nickel is a good way to go, is you're going to be getting more consistent cash flow. And everyone knows cash flow is king in any business. Why is cash flow king? Because you need to have cash to pivot, to buy new inventory if something goes wrong. If you have, something big goes wrong, your car breaks down, you need some cash to fix it, you got it there, you have returns, you have refunds. The more cash flow you have, the more flexibility that you have in your business. You don't have it all tied up in items that are sitting around for a long time. And I guess I should explain the fast nickel and the slow dime if you don't already know what it is. The fast nickel is pricing items lower and more competitively to sell them faster, and the slow dime is pricing them at the top of the pricing range, waiting for the right buyer to come along and pay that premium price. So if you're pricing at the fast nickel price, you're going to be selling things faster. You're going to be churning through things faster. That was my tip number 2. You're going to be churning into more new inventory, which is good for a multitude of reasons. Starting with reason number 1, the more inventory you're selling, the faster you're going to build your reputation, the faster you're going to learn the items that you're selling in different categories. If you're a reseller that goes to thrift stores and you're learning different categories such as shirts, shoes, hard goods, jackets, blazers, sport coats, whatever. In my experience, the more that I've kind of just went all in, bulk buy, and try to sell them as fast as possible, the more that I learn about them. The ones I know, I learn which ones to go for more often and which ones to stay away from more often. You basically get a better feel for the market, and that is super important. I've been reselling for 2.5 years now, and I'm still learning new brands every day, new products that I didn't know, or I still don't know. I'm just researching. And I find when I use the fast nickel method, that I get a feel for items' popularity better because more people are sending me offers on those items and I price them better, as opposed to when I use the slow dime method and I price it up high. If you price something too high, it's not going to get a lot of interest. And when it doesn't get a lot of interest, it slowly creeps down the search results because it's not getting any interest. The selling platform's goal is to sell items so they can get their fees and make their customers happy, and it's all about money. So they want to put things at the top of the search results that they think is going to sell, or they know that's going to sell. So if you price things way too high and it sits and sits and sits, it's going to go down and down and down and down and down. That's the problem with pricing high instead of pricing more competitively. For example, if eBay sees you're pricing things competitively, they'll take note, and most likely they're going to boost your other stuff in your eBay store or whatnot because they see your sell-through rate's pretty good. So they kind of assume that the sell-through rate for your other stuff is pretty good. You can kind of prove that to eBay, and they'll take note of that. But that doesn't mean I don't like the slow dime method, and let's talk about a few reasons for that. Starting with reason number 1, You obviously make more profit per item. Who doesn't like that? And you get better ROI. And yeah, when I started, I really liked, put in my mind, like, I want to make $15 on this t-shirt. I want to make 20 bucks on this pair of shoes. Yeah, I was super locked in. If I don't get that, I'm not going to accept the offers, yada, yada. And this does work for some items. You definitely want to research the sell-through rate of items. You want to go into this sold listings and do your research, and you want to make sure that items have sold for that higher price multiple times, I would say, at least. If something's sold like once, for example, a pair of jeans, you see it sells for 35 bucks once, and then every other sale's around 20 bucks, you're probably not going to get that $35 asking price. You might, but you're probably going to be sitting on it for a very long time. And I bring up jeans because jeans is a very saturated category. And if you look like a pair of Levi's jeans, straight jeans, 505s or whatever, you'll see there's thousands listed, thousands. There's also thousands sold depending on the model. But even though there's a lot of them selling, you still have a lot of competition. So when you're pricing super duper high, consumers can see that you have a lot of competition that's way below you. So it's a little bit risky if you price high. You just be patient and try to wait for that right buyer to come along. And another tip that I use, if you don't know what something's worth, or you think you can get that high asking price for it, definitely price it high, but I definitely recommend offering best offer, because that'll help you get a better sense of the market. If you price something really high and you say you price something for 50 bucks and you're consistently getting offers for around 30 bucks, 25 bucks, 35 bucks, 30 bucks, 32 bucks, 30 bucks, you'll know that that item, probably the going rate market value for it is 30 bucks and not 50 bucks. So definitely I would recommend using best offer if you're going for the super high pricing strategy. Also, another reason why I would do pricing items super high is if you don't know what it's worth. Like, if say you find a really rare vintage antique or something and you don't like running auctions. Auction's one way to do it, but I think it's kind of risky. You don't know what something's worth exactly. You kind of have a general ballpark area. Price it at the tippity top of the iceberg. You can always lower the price later. If you price something that's like more of a fair price, you could be missing out on a ton of money. I don't know, say you find a vintage lamp made of pure gold or gold trim or something, and you're like, man, this is an awesome lamp, I'm gonna price it at 75 bucks, and the next thing you know, it sells within minutes, and then you're like, oh crap, you might have been able to price it at 150, 200, and then you could have got the super high asking price there. You never know. So if you don't know what an item is worth, price it high, put best offer on, get a good feel for the market, and you can always lower the price as time goes on, as it sits around. And last thing I want to say is patience is key if you want to do the slow dime method. When I first started, I just bulked up tons of items, tons. I got up to like over 1,000 active listings, and I priced everything super high. And the more bulk items you have, the higher you can price it up and the more patient you can be. And eventually you're going to get offers rolling in on these items, and it'll give you a good idea of what they're valued at. But you just have to be patient. If you're not getting any offers or any traction on items, don't take offense to it. Go back in the listing, revise it, see what's wrong, and then definitely consider lowering the price. What I kind of like to do is every 30 days that rolls around, if I have a really high priced item, I usually lower the price by either a certain dollar amount, so it could be like $2, $5, depending on how high you price it, or if it's a lower price amount, usually lower the price by 5%, 10%, every 30 days, just to keep the listing active and keep it fresh. I know a lot of you guys do that. Definitely go through your listings and revise them, but I'm curious, what do you like better, the fast nickel or the slow dime? Let me know in the comments below. If this video gave you any type of value, smash that like button, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more reselling related content. I'll catch you guys in the next one. I appreciate you guys watching. Peace.